Welcome back to JJW Outdoors. Justin here. Today we are harvesting some new mushrooms. Let's see if you guys can guess in the comments below what they are. So how many of you in the comments below guessed that these are pheasant backs? Because if you did, you are correct. What a beautiful mushroom. These are called pheasant back mushrooms. And let me get you a bit closer. I'm going to show you exactly how to harvest these mushrooms. So when harvesting these pheasant backs, what you want to do is you want to look right here towards the tree. And you want to cut it so you leave Let me get this off really quick. So just like that, you can kind of see how I cut that right off. You want to leave this part attached right to the tree so it will allow it to grow back. You just cut this off right here like this. Look at that one, that's a big one. Beautiful mushroom. Here's what the back looks like. I'm going to show you later how to prep these to cook them, but if you take the back of your knife and if you scrape going down like this, you can see how all of that part comes off like that. You want to scrape that off to be able to get all the bugs out of the pores. So you see the nub here and here and here and here. Those are the 4 mushrooms, actually 5, we just harvest right here. The reason being why you want to keep the nub onto the tree is so this will constantly keep growing back throughout the season. We're going to harvest these big ones here. I mean, look, that's the size of my hand. We're going to harvest these big ones right now, and then I'm going to take you over this way and I'm going to show you in greater detail how pretty these mushrooms are. This guy's so big, he's growing right into the tree. So we're gonna cut this one kind of around like this. Look at that. That's a big one. And then I'm keeping this directly into the bark, so hopefully it'll grow off even more. There's a lot of big pieces here. So just remember when you're harvesting, you just leave some nubs so they just keep growing back. So here's that big one that I cut right here. It's growing right inside of that. Look at that. I'm gonna leave all that in there, but that is all good to eat. But here's our nubs. Here's our nubs over here, and look at this guy. The guy's growing right in there. So cool. So they're very beautiful. So the reason why they call these pheasant backs is it literally looks like a pheasant back, the pattern and the color. So you have this little nub right here, and that is how they start growing. That is gonna mushroom out just like this. Now it really depends on weather. As soon as it rains, it could get this big, or it could get as big as those other ones we harvested earlier. Now, if you look this way, inside of this tree, there are 3 of them that are growing right inside of that hole. So one good thing about these mushrooms is there are no copycats. So it's really easy to find. So all you have to do is just go out in the woods, find a dead tree, and start looking. It's that easy. So what's even easier about these mushrooms is it can grow in any dead tree around. Pine, maple, spruce, it doesn't matter. If it's dead, it might be growing on it. So make sure you check your woods really well for dead trees, because you might just have some pheasant backs in the backyard. Isn't she a beauty? So first things first, you're gonna take your mushroom and we're gonna cut off the rest of the nub, because you do not want to eat that part. It's too tough. So we're just gonna cut it off just like that. Get rid of that. Now we're gonna take our big giant one that we have, and we're gonna process it. So our nub's here. I'm just gonna cut it here, like this. And now we have one section there. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Cut this down this way. Cut it down here. Another section. And then I'm just gonna cut this off right here. This part, and you'll be able to feel it. If you were to cut through this, it's very, very soft. If you cut through this, it's very hard for the knife to go through. It's very meaty, and you just want to throw that away. So the next part is, on the back side, you see all these open spores. There's bugs that get in here, there's just diseases. Then you have your other side. So what you want to do is you want to scrape away on the back of your knife just like that. So what you're just doing is you're scraping all of the spores away, and it's just cleaning up the mushroom. Just like that. It's pretty clean. Then you just want to flip it over. We have a little bit there. I'm just going to cut that off like that. And then we're going to put this in the sink and wash in a minute. What we're going to do is we're going to clean our mushroom. So I'm just going to take my hand and I'm just going to rub the mushroom, get all the bugs and junk off of the back. And then the front side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back of my knife and scrape some of this black, just to get a little bit of it off. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just scrape it a little bit, nice and easy, because it will tear. Just scrub it a little bit. It's going to feel a little slimy. You want to get most of that slime off. Definitely smells like a cucumber or like a musk-smelling watermelon. Just like that. Clean mushroom. Put this in the bowl and I'll show you how to chop it up later. pizza slices. So to process these, after you get them all cleaned, washed, back scraped, you just take a knife and cut them up into very thin slices. Just like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook them up like it's French fries. So we're getting some oil and we put it in a pan and we're heating it up right now while we're processing this. All we're doing is just very thin slices like that. Just cook up as much as you really want. Be careful because you could get sick the first few times eating these, so just beware. Everybody's different. And just like this piece, I don't really like the way that looks, so I'm just going to get rid of it. So all I'm using is just a pocket knife. Nothing fancy, nothing special. You don't need no big giant butcher knife. So I don't want this part because this is the big meaty spot. I don't want that. It's too tough. So I'm just going to throw it away. Just like that, got a good mess. I'm going to cut up a few more and we're ready to start frying. So you don't have to cut them like this. The reason why I'm going to cut them thinner is so they get done faster and they're better to eat like a French fry. But you can cut them any thickness you want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to let them sit and get nice and golden brown. Here we go. Put a little bit of salt on them. It tastes so good. Hope you make some too. So there you have it, we have a pheasant back mushroom. I hope you learned something in this video. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, watching it all the way through. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to go hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.